Today we're going to talk about making decisions instantly with no hesitation, guaranteed. What's up guys, my name is Petryk and this is Yes Nation. Now I wanted to talk with you guys today about a really interesting concept I had a conversation about this morning when I connected with an amazing young lady, amazing young woman named Megan. She came on with me. We had a conference this morning, quite early in the morning, and we chatted about a couple of things that you can go through and a couple of things that you can focus on to make sure that whenever a decision comes up, you automatically know how to make the decision based on what you've already provided for yourself. It's incredible. Just this small tweak in your daily life can make it so much easier. I know so many people who go and they decide that they want to eat somewhere, and then it's like, okay, where are we going to eat? I don't know. I can't make the decision. Or even if it is just the decision to go eat versus go home and do work or go to the office and get something done, right? There's so many decisions that we have throughout our days that typically people will hesitate over, which just costs time, and honestly, lots of people just spend time procrastinating, thinking about what they want to do instead of actually deciding on it. The conversation I had this morning with Megan was all about visions and your vision for yourself, your future in everything, when it comes to business, when it comes to personal life, when it comes to friends, families, just all relationships in general. There are certain things that you can actually say, this is what I want for my future, and that is going to help you out with making decisions on what you want to do in your life. I know it sounds a little bit like, yeah, okay, great, I've heard this before. Obviously, I've been told many times by many people, you need to create a vision for yourself, create a vision for your business. The thing is, you're missing one of the steps, one of the most important steps in actually figuring out how to use that vision for your life and how it can actually propel you forward. One of the topics of conversation I was having this morning with Megan was all based around the fact that oftentimes we get so distracted by small little shiny objects here and there, right? There's something you gotta wanna go and chase after and see if it works out. Maybe it's a meeting with somebody who contacted you and you're like, wow, this person works for a really big company. I really want to meet with them because maybe we can do something for the business. And you go into this meeting and you find out that really you guys have nothing in common. There's nothing that is propelling you towards one of your goals. It's just a meeting where you go and you discuss something and nothing really gets done. I want to put an end to that for you, making sure that you can get all of your work done in a timely manner and save yourself the hassle, the stretching out, the feeling like you're just getting pulled every which way, you're getting spread too thin. These are certain types of things that will happen if you don't figure out exactly what your vision is and how to apply it to life. So first off, the vision. Number one, what you need to do right now is take some time, whether it's on a weekend or an evening or whenever you have time during the day, maybe even at a lunch break, and start to visualize what you want for yourself 3 years in the future. And it can be 3 years. You can also do one for 10. You can do one for 15. You can do one for 20. Whatever it is for you, write down and physically write down what your vision is. Where do I want to be in work? Where do I want my business to be? What kind of relationships do I want to have? How much time during the day do I want to be spending with these relationships? It's very key, very important that you spend time, write it down exactly how you want it. Now, when you're writing out your vision, the most important part is to actually visualize what it looks like. So not just saying, oh, my business is going to be making this much money. Oh, I'm going to be at this position. No, what does it actually look like when you're there? So if it does have to do with business, what is in your business? Where are you at in 3 years? Are you standing up on stage at a TEDx? Are you standing up on stage at a TED meeting? Are you speaking in front of a large crowd of people? Are you working in your office and you have this bright, brilliant new office? What is it that you want? And when you're writing it down, take time to think about your vision and every single sense that you can feel during that period of time. So take one specific day and one specific moment from your future and put it down on paper. For instance, one of my main visions for myself is within the next 2 years to be up on a TEDx stage. I want to do that because I have some great ideas that I want to share with the world so that they get the benefit from that. My vision, I've set out to look like me walking up on stage. What do I feel? I feel a sense of butterflies in the stomach, right? There's bright lights, but right now I'm in the dark because I'm walking up to stage and they don't have that little path lit. Those are certain things that I can see. I have a microphone that's touching the side of my face and I can feel it on the side of my face. I'm walking up, I'm in a suit. I can feel the fabric of the suit on me. As I walk onto the stage, I can hear people talking. Of course, the TEDx person is announcing me, but I can also feel the uproar of the crowd and people clapping me to stage. And then once I get up on the stage, what do I smell? What do I think? What am I feeling at any given time during this whole visualization? I smell the red carpet or a bunch of people in a room. It smells kind of interesting, I suppose. Pick one moment where you can picture so clearly that this is going to happen that you can describe every single sense while you're there. Whether it's taste, touch, smell, sight, hearing, everything. Write it down on a piece of paper. That is the first step. And remember, this can be 2 years out, this can be 3 years out, this can be 5, 10, 15, 20, however long you want to make it. Make sure that you write it down for one specific area at one specific moment. And if you want to do it around relationships, maybe you're on a couch with your wife and your kid, or maybe you're out with your girlfriend on a vacation down in the Bahamas or something like that. Whatever it is for you, write down everything that you can see and feel from one very specific moment. If it's that vacation in the Bahamas, what do you feel? It's nice and warm and humid. Are you on a beach? When you look up into the sky, is it a blue sky? Are there some clouds? Are they puffy clouds? Or is it a little bit more just hazy out? Or is it sunset and the sun's going down? You've got your wonderful significant other sitting next to you and you guys are sharing a drink and you're watching the sunset. What can you smell? It kind of smells tropical. It smells like you can taste the ocean breeze almost. This is how specific you need to get with your vision. And if you want it to come true, if you want to really work on this, you're going to have to work it really, really hard, okay? Be very specific, so not super huge long sentences, but cues that can help you remember what your vision is. Because step number 2 is visualization. In the mornings, when you wake up, what's the first thing you do? What's the first thing you do? You pick up your phone, right? You check what's on social media, you check what's on your email, you check all these different things. And if there's one piece of bad news that can ruin your morning or your entire day right as soon as you wake up. So keep that phone away. Just put it down for now. When you wake up in the morning, grab the visualization that you have of your future and read it and think about it and visualize it and see clearly exactly where it is you want to be, in my case, in 2 years up on that TEDx stage. Visualize it, every single last bit of that, and see yourself in your mind's eye walking up on that stage. This is very important because it helps you get set for the day. And the most important step, which is step number 3, what's gonna help you make those decisions throughout the day. And remember, that's what this is all about. When you think of something, or you go to a meeting, or you're asking someone to meet with you, or someone is asking you to meet with them, you can remember back to exactly what you want in the future, pull on that as a resource and say yes or no to that meeting, yes or no to that dinner, yes or no to those beers, yes or no to watching TV right now. Because when you have it so clearly in your mind that you want to complete this vision, you want to achieve what you've set out to achieve, you will make decisions based on your vision, not just on what's going on in the moment. So if there's something cool going on in the moment, but you know in 2 years you're gonna be up on that TEDx stage, and what you do today is going to affect your possibility of realizing that visualization, you will need to make decisions based on your vision. Period, end of sentence. That's how easy it is, guys. Seriously. When you go and you find your passion, you write it down in a visualization statement in every single last detail that you possibly can with all of the different senses involved, you will get so beautifully attached to that you will be able to make decisions throughout the day that will go and put you towards that vision. Once again, it is incredibly important to visualize every single morning when you wake up from bed. It's just the way that you're going to be able to develop this habit around getting what you want in order to get you where you want to go throughout the day. There are so many aspects of life that you can go through right now and figure out how you're going to achieve that, how you're going to get to where you want to be, just by setting up your vision, reminding yourself of it every single morning instead of being on your phone, and then going and taking action and making decisions based on what you want in the future. One of the key things that we also spoke about this morning, myself and Megan, if you don't know what you want right now, that is okay. You don't have to say definitively that this is what I'm going to do, that's the be all end all, I'm definitely going to stay like that for the rest of my life. It doesn't matter. If you want to be right now, if you want to be a space cowboy, put that pin out in front of you. I'm going to be a space cowboy. You're working your way towards it. And what are you going to do? Well, you're going to have to get good grades in school. You're going to have to go to a school that you're going to be able to learn astrophysics in, probably training to be an astronaut. And hey, listen, if you're starting to go through that, if you're starting to go through all of the necessary steps to get you where you want to be, which is right now a space cowboy, you might find that your path, while you're still moving forward, will change. You'll actually see something in your life where you're like, actually, no, that space cowboy thing, that's kind of ridiculous. Now I want this. Now I want this. But if you've already traveled closer to being a space cowboy, and you see something up even further ahead that you could do that you really want to do now, at least you're further ahead of where you were before, and you can start going down that path to whatever the new thing is you want to do. When you go and you write down, because you're listening to me right now and you're saying, well, Nick, I don't really have a vision for myself, pick something in your life that you want right now. If it dropped into your life right now, you would be a very happy person, and put that out in front of you as your vision. Visualize everything about it like we talked about earlier on, and put it to work. Every single morning, get up, read your vision. It doesn't have to take you a long time, 5-10 minutes. I guarantee you that when you have this visualization process, not only will it help you make decisions throughout the day, because you can actually focus on what you want instead of focusing on things that you don't want, what it's also going to do is it's going to get you out of bed with a skip in your step. You're going to be super happy to get out of bed because you know that today you can work towards that vision that you've always wanted. The last step, just to make sure that you're on track to where you want to go, and related heavily to what I just said about making sure that you're putting a pin out in front of you and going towards it no matter what, and if you find something else, that's fantastic, is every single time you do that visualization in the morning, check and see if it still resonates with you. If you can still feel it in your heart, if it's still making you really happy, fantastic, keep on going with it. If it's feeling a little off, or maybe there's a detail that you wrote down about your vision that now you're not so certain of, switch it up, write it down new, and see how that feels the next morning, or see how it feels that morning that you're actually changing it. Because this is exactly why we do this, is to figure out where we're going. Almost nobody knows exactly what they want to do, especially when they're a teenager in high school, and that's when we're asked about it the most. People really want to know, are you going to university? Are you getting a job? Are you starting a business? They want to know that you're doing something. Put something out in front of you, start working towards it, and if you come down that path and you decide that maybe it's not something you want to do, but you see something else out in the future, in the distance, then switch your path and go for that. But I can guarantee you that if you do this and you put that pin out in front of you, you will be further ahead by the time you find your actual path than you would have been if you had just stuck where you were. Thank you so much. Like and subscribe this video. I'm really excited to talk to you guys again. Make sure you watch for the next couple videos that are coming out. We got some really cool series here. Of course, we're launching Yes Nation podcast, our first ever podcast. So make sure you go check that out too. I'll put the links in the description below. Thank you so much. I love seeing your beautiful face. Come back for more. And if you like this content, comment in the section below. Let me know what you want to know about, and let me know, honestly, what you feel about life and certain aspects of life that you just can't figure out, because maybe we can figure them out together. Yeah, do it. Whoop-bow. Whoop-bow.